Hi, welcome to Fairfax County Public Schools Kindergarten. We are so glad that you've joined in our kindergarten website today, and in particular my name is Susan Anseline and I'm an early childhood education specialist with the school system. We hope that every kindergarten child has gotten off to a great start this year for kindergarten. But we also know that sometimes this takes a little bit of time as you transition to kindergarten, so I have a few tips that might be helpful as each child gets started in the school year. So we're going to focus on three main areas with these tips, and one would be how the adult in the child's life can support him or her at home, how this adult can make a good connection with the school, and also how the adult and the child can make a connection with the community. If we start off thinking about the at-home connection, and the support that can be provided at home is one of the most important ways is to think about the importance of home routines. So that important of the nutrition, that you have a set time for meals that the child counts on, that there's a set time for bedtime so that child gets that sleep, and that so those would be some of the main types. So, and also I almost forgot to include the important part of the importance of time for play. So if we think of sleep and eating properly and play would be those important routines, it's going to really help the child be ready each day to have a good day on the long day at school. Another part that's been so proven is one of the most successful ways to help a child succeed in school would be the importance of reading daily. So again, add that to your home routine and set aside a time each day to read with the child. That truly makes a difference in school success. Another component at home support is to also have a time where you check in with the child each day. Not in the hurried rush of hi and bye and where are we going next, but truly a time to say, so tell me a little bit about your day. How did your day at school go today? Sometimes you're going to find children are reluctant to share, and they'll say, oh, fine, and you'll probe, and they may not offer anymore. But chances are, if you do set aside a special time, that becomes a bonding time just to talk about how school went. Another important component after we think about the home connection is the connection that the adult makes with the school. So we hope that you've had an opportunity to, as the child got off to the school year, prior to that was an open house, visited the school for orientations, but now the school year has started and these important connections need to keep happening. So plan to attend school events such as back to school night and that so important November parent conference. Also, the schools often offer special curriculum nights such as literacy or math, maybe sometimes even the fine arts. So this will give you, again, greater insight into the kind of learning that's taking place in the child's school. Another important idea is to become involved, not just attend, but become involved in the school. And all schools have a parent-teacher association or a parent-teacher organization that can have parents be, again, a little bit more aware of what's going into the school, how you can support the school, and give you more of an active voice. Volunteering in a child's classroom is another way to have that school connection for the adult in the child's life. Sometimes it's not possible due to work schedules to volunteer in the classroom, and often teachers will have materials and things that they can send home that can be done from that venue and also still support the classroom and the teacher. And I think what we gain and what a child gains from this is even greater than what the school gains from this connection with parents, because it truly does model for the child that this adult in my life cares about my school, cares about my education, and therefore it'll be even more important to the child as well. Another area to think about is communication with the child's teacher. Certainly there may be a daily type of communication, maybe a homework book, maybe there's different paperwork that you can see as you check a child's backpack each day. But also communicating with the teacher if there are changes that have happened at home, maybe changes in routine, perhaps there's an illness in the family, there's a loss of a pet, the child didn't sleep well that night, because all of these are things that can affect a child's performance in school. And the child's teacher truly does want to know what's happening with the child so that he or she can best support the child to have a successful day at school. The last area that I would mention that is another way to support the transition for a child at beginning kindergarten is to take advantage of what's available out there in the community. We have a wonderful library system in Fairfax County, and if you don't, and the child does not already have a library card, be sure and visit the local library, get a library card. And by the way, while you're there, check out some of those wonderful books that they have about children beginning kindergarten or enjoying kindergarten. Take advantage of this time of the year, getting out in the community because of this beautiful fall, and take some walks with the child and enjoy that Signs of Fall just happens to be part of the Fairfax County science curriculum in kindergarten for the first quarter. And thirdly, what we also look forward to is children continue to build their background of experiences, that they continue to expand their vocabulary, that opportunities to visit the many wonderful local parks that Fairfax County offers, as well as the local and area museums that can enrich a child so greatly. So in closing, the very best advice that I can offer is to really think about that transitioning to kindergarten is not a one-day event. It is not just the first day of school, but it is a process, and a process that takes time to develop. It takes time for a child to learn routines. It takes time for a child to make new friends. But as the adult in a child's life, you can make such a difference as you think about the home support, the school connection, and the community connection to really make this the very best of successful transitions.